Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Zikree bin Mohamed. I'm a group leader of Group J. Our project is about calculator for safety factor of an elevator. So guys, basically we use two formula, which is F equal to MA and P equal to F over A. So guys, imagine that there was a lift. And there was two or three people inside. So the question is, we want to know what is the pressure that has been exerted to the lift. So we here to solve that problem that the coding have been made.
I will tell you about the safety factor. So safety factor is a very basic equation to calculate the factor of safety. It is to divide the ultimate or a maximum stress by the typical, or we call it a maximum working stress. The manufacturer recommended maximum weight load for a line, rope, crane, or any other lifting device or component of a lifting device. For example, if a line has an MBS of 100 pounds and a safety factor is a 5, then the SWL would be 200 pounds, which is the 100,000 divided by 5 will equal to 200 pounds. So it is also called a working load limit, which is WLL.
Okay, now this is our question. The first question is to determine the total amount of persons mass entering the elevator. The second question is to find out the pressure exerted towards the elevator. The third question is to analyze whether the elevator is safe in safety condition or not. This question telling us whether the elevator is safe to use or not. If it is safe, then the elevator can be used, but if it is not, then the elevator cannot be used.
Okay, as we can see here, this is our pre-interface before we use a Visual Basic for make a real interface for our problem, for the solution. Here we have our real interface. Okay, as we can see here, we have average mass and number of person. For these two, we use a label. For the average mass, we use a list board, so we can choose a multiple choice of mass. For example, 40, 50 and 60. And for number of person, we just use text board. So
Right, so here we have three different output, which are total pressure in Pascal, safety factor, and total mass in kilogram. These three outputs are determined by we insert the certain value for the two input before. So for example, we choose 40 kilogram for the average mass, and the number of person, for example, we choose 1 person, right? So we calculate we run the program, and the output here will show certain value to determine that the lift is safe or not for we to use. And so here we can see that there is a pop-up message that allow us to know that the lift is used to safe or unsafe for we to use. Okay, for another example, before that, if the safety factor is below the value of 1, the pop-up message will allow us to know that the lift is safe for us to use by telling us that the lift is safe to use. Alright, so next, for the second case, for example, we choose 100 kilogram for the average mass, and total person here, for example, we choose 100 person. Okay, and we run the program, and here we can see that the
safety factor is exceed the value of 1, which means that the safety factor that the leaf is not safe to use. By the pop-up message will tell us that the leaf is overlooked, and it will ask us to reduce the load that entering the leaf. Right. Okay, for the three interface here, we use three command method, which is calculate, reset, and exit. If we click the command button of calculate, we can calculate the total pressure, total mass, and safety factor. And if we click the reset button, it will clear the output of number of percent, total pressure, total mass, and safety factor. And after we click the exit button, it will close the interface.
So today I will elaborate about our program's code. So my part is about the declaration part and about the input part. So first we have declaration part. Why we are using dim? Dim is for declaration of the variable. So that's why we are using dim. So our variable will be mass, pressure, safety factor, and person. So the first one is declaration about the mass. We declare it as single. Why we use single? Because single is for small values, while double is for large values. That is why we use single. So pressure we use single also. Safety factor also single. And person as integer. Why we are using integer? Because integer is to get a whole number. We want a whole number for our input. That's why we are using integer. So the next part is input. So we use the steps below to store data that was input into the variable.
First of all, as is in the same sub, so we don't have to declare all the variables again. Next, we have set the maximum mass that the elevator can handle as 1080 kg, and the area is 3.75 meters square. All the formulas that below is used to calculate, and the values will be stored into the variables, which is SNG mass, SNG pressure, and SNG safety factor. The SNG is represent to single. Next, the output of the program. We use str bracket variable to convert the value of the variable into string, so that we can output it into the text box. Okay, that's all for me.
As you can see here, there is a coding for reset button in the design interface, and this coding will reset the text in the person, total pressure, total mass, and safety factor in the text box in the design interface. Then in the list box we add multiple choice of mass, such as 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So the user can choose whether the range of weight that they have to use this application.
So after we get the value of safety factor, we want to determine that the leaf is safe to use or not. So we use the message box to determine the leaf is safe to use or not. So if the value of safety factor exceed 1, bigger than 1, then the message box will pop up. Caution, the leaf is overloaded. Please reduce the load.
Else, if the safety factor below than 1, the message will pop up. The lift is safe to use. So at the end, we use the end lift. And if for the exit button, we use the coding. Just put the end. So the interface will exit.